Welcome to Momentum Monday. Today is January 20th, 2025. Howard, have you dumped your fart coin to buy some Trump coin?
No. The we've been talking a little bit about it,
You're
but
holding the fart, huh?
we joke about it, but these meme coins are really just if you're not in on the know, it's kind of like an IPO, but from IPO price, they generally go straight to zero, 99.9%. So
Yeah.
really, they're really just noise, but it is fun and it is a bit of the future. All right. And then as you can see, they're easy to launch. Trump launched one, what, $50 billion, $60 billion one. So it's I don't know if that means it jumped the shark or if this is good for the market or bad for the market, but 60 billion is real. All right, so let's get to the real markets here.
Yeah. I mean, the S&P is just consolidating in a range for the past few weeks. Um, but there have been a couple major themes year to date so far, and we've talked about them. One of them is AI, anything AI related, obviously like company like VRT that provides cooling for all the AI data centers, and also all the utilities of the companies that we will have to provide the energy needed to power those data centers, VST, CEG, GEV, all those companies, they're among the best performing stocks year to date. And these are not small companies. So this AI remains one of the main trends, but the market is playing it a little bit differently by just accentuating more on the power producers right now than the other companies.
Mhm.
And the other big trend obviously has been crypto, especially in the past week, just leading towards the inauguration. We saw Coinbase, Robinhood, and MicroStrategy just rising in anticipation of any regulation changes
Mhm.
um, coming up. So for me, these have been really the two big trends in the past few weeks, year to date. For the most part, the indices are just otherwise uh, spending their time in a range. We would see a couple, 2 to 3 days of a rally, and then a few days of a pullback. So definitely, there's been a increasing number of distribution days in the indices, but
Yeah.
that doesn't necessarily mean that we'll see a correction. And we haven't even tested the 200-day yet, which is normal to happen, a couple of times a year, really in any type of market, even in a strong bull market. Um,
Yeah, I mean, we were starting last week. I was starting to get a little bit, nervous, but the market held where it was. I mean, I think we were talking about rates. If you look
yeah,
at
yields pulled back,
rates,
the dollar pulled
you
back.
got to watch the rates and the dollar, where they both kind of turned around where they needed to, and stocks
Yeah,
rallied as they should have. The dollar just got hammered today. I mean, the market was closed, or the stock market was closed, but the U.S. dollar got hammered, which should be bullish. First, we can't have the dollar rising. The rest of the world needs our products, so you know, all's good for the moment. I started looking at longs again this weekend. So the things that, XLK, the tech sector looks good, Google and Marvell.
yeah, Marvell, super
So
strong
I
Marvell,
have owned Marvell for a
Nevada.
while, but that seems to be acting super well. I mean, I own it, I'm not adding, but yeah, like these aren't sells. Yeah, Broadcom, what else? Google looks great.
Google, Amazon, both of them are kind of setting up. Yeah,
Yeah, you just show the good news is, you know, the price action got better. Industrials look great. Um, um, Not that you have to care, but the industrials look fine. Energy looks interesting. Baker Hughes, like XLE,
yeah, big bounce after a
you
big
know,
sell-off in December. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have a position anymore. I got stopped out, but I'll be in there if we get Baker Hughes is leading that industry. I don't know what the symbol is.
Yeah, very, very,
BHI maybe?
no, okay,
Baker.
Baker, okay, BKR. Yeah, I mean, obviously, natural gas is going up in price, and we're having a colder than expected winter. So all of the
Yeah, so I'm just going through some stuff. Medical Instruments,
gas
Stryker,
companies,
SYK, that so there's strength across a bunch of Stryker is in like iSurge and yeah. Just
yeah,
trying to
surgical new all-time highs ahead of the earnings.
Tesla still looks good.
Yeah,
God, look at this chart, Planet Fitness. I thought that was a scam. PLNT.
yeah. Well, I mean, they've done really well, really, really longer term. This company since their IPO.
Yeah, I thought if people took pills, they didn't need to go work out. Wow. So what is it like the cheap man's fitness place? Huh.
Yeah, I mean, this is how the taking pills look like. It's in a pullback right now. Eli
Yeah.
Lilly is down about 20%.
And then in crypto, I mean, the way to play the Trump thing is if you look through it, is Solana, right? Like Solana is like Visa, MasterCard of the crypto space.
Of the
Everybody's
meme coins. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, well, it's not just meme coins, it's tokens, whatever. So everybody because of you know, speed there, and that's one that we've been all over. And then the financial movement. Listen, they don't have competition anymore, right? Their only competition is crypto, and they're not making banks anymore. So if IPOs come back, these guys are just going to crush. I mean, there's two banks left. JP Morgan, well, I guess Morgan doing IPOs. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
financials are strong, definitely among the
this
strongest
continues
sectors.
to have been a buy the dip market.
Yeah,
I was really a little bit negative, maybe too negative last week. But that's this market, right? Like you can't make wild decision. We're in this major uptrend. So I think we talked about it like with NVIDIA last week. Like, where's the real buy point, right? It hasn't hit the 200 day and
yeah, it's been stuck really in a range for months, since June, basically. It has gone
yeah, which is
sideways.
just like, so if you go to the weekly, I'm like, this is this is incredible price action considering it was, a 15 bagger in
Well,
2 years.
remember last year, he also spent like six
Yeah.
months just going sideways
Yeah.
before it tightened up, and then broke out.
And the more I use AI, like Perplexity, the more, even though I don't think it's Perplexity will make money or ChatGPT will make money, they're not turning these machines off. So between robots, Waymo, um, iPhones, you know.
Apple has been one of the weak ones year to date, pulling back.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, but that's good. Like the market can survive without Apple.
Yeah, it's a market of stocks, definitely.
Yeah, it's a market of stocks. It's marking time. The company, let's be honest, the sales have not the iPhone sales are flat, so the stock's flat for 2 years. Like in
Yeah,
the
sales has been like terrible,
yeah.
5%, 6%.
So, but again, it's hard to take this stock down 50% when it's just a cash machine. So again, so it marks time and goes sideways for a couple of years, but um, what it hasn't touched its yeah. So I mean, a little more panic there, and people will rotate back into it, I guess. But again, no sales growth. Um, I don't know. It's about my 50th pair of these things. Like people say they haven't created a new product in a while. I'm like AirPods, and cords. I don't know how many freaking cords I got to buy uh, from Apple. So they're a dongle company, but they're still selling stuff. I'm trying to think what else is interesting. What do you see that's like, I mean, you don't need to get fancy
I
right
mean,
now.
yeah, these are the main trends that I mentioned. So AI related, and by the way, Avago and Marvel are also AI related as companies that want to create their own AI chips. They're using Marvel and Avago, and they're kind of, competition to NVIDIA in a way. And they might be behind, but, companies are partnering with them so they can create their own
Yeah.
AI.
I think
Uh,
Cardinal Health is kind of the new leader over United CAH, so healthcare, not just so. I mean, go to the weekly.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a
So
choppy,
even
it's a slow
healthcare. I
mover.
mean, I gotta think that's. What do they do? I don't use Cardinal generic pharmaceutical. I don't know if people if you're a customer of Cardinal. I mean, it's been a license to print
Um,
money.
this one is also doing something similar, I guess. Seems to me. But
Yeah,
it's choppy. It's very choppy.
marketing business.
I,
So
I,
they're
I think the one thing that is certain uh, for the next 4 years
Mhm.
is that I think we'll have more volatility,
Yeah.
um, a lot more volatility than what we're got used to in the past 3 years or so.
Yeah, I think though I think with yeah. Again, time will tell. It's just I it's hard to tell. The tech guys kind of running the place, and Trump will do what Trump does. But the tech, I think these guys are pro-growth. So I think they definitely have a strong year at the White House. And the Fang, other than Apple, the Fang stocks look great, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
I think so, yeah.
So it's hard to be negative. I think you got to really be careful of your entries. And so I'm trying to think what else that I saw. And then, do the work. There's people out there doing the work. So you got to find some mentorship. Another one that looks good is F5. FF been in a big base. FFIV, I think, Ivan. We go to the weekly. Yeah. So that's coming out of like a big, big base. Um, And I don't know the company very well, but it's just been a great performer over the years. I'm just scanning through some other ones. Corning, GLW, another tech stock that looks great.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them, and
Yeah. And they're not trading at 100 times earnings.
they're setting up.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
again, I think don't chase. And then in Priceline looks great. Travel.
yeah, the travel stocks. I mean, Priceline really is one of the weaker one, but the other one like VIK and
Oh, wow. What are they? Remember.
RCL, RCL.
Yeah, so people are spending. Airlines look at, I don't know. Let's see. I think you're right about the volatility. I think you gotta uh, get used to understanding that there's going to be a little bit more. The valuations are up, and we have like kind of a history under Trump of it being volatile. But a lot of good bases. Boy, look at Live Nation of all things. Ticketmaster, LYV, it's another one. And to keep talking about it being monopoly. What's the weekly look like? People are out and about, travel and entertainment. People are spending Netflix. People are spending, and then
I think Netflix reports earnings tomorrow, so we'll see.
yeah, American Medieval, great show, Ivan, if you like westerns or Primeval. And then the other one and then banks, like we said, like it's hard to be
Yeah,
bearish. Tech
and
and
most of
bank.
them beat earnings, so and the reaction is positive so far.
Yep. All right, buddy. Everybody have a great week.
All right, Howard. Thank you. You too.